I should check my microphone. Okay, seems to be good. So yeah, yesterday was a big fail, but as tends to happen, or as will happen, as soon as I turned the video off and sat down, I figured it out. So let me just show you what I figured out. Um, so as you know, I was trying to figure out. Um, so obviously, I knew that the range for the x velocity had to be between 0 and the right edge of the target area. Because if it's higher than that, then in one step it's going to go past it. I struggled with the y velocity. And then what I remembered from physics was that if you shoot something like straight up, then when it comes passes you on the way back down, it'll have the same velocity in the opposite direction. And so what that means is that I know that if that velocity going down takes me past past the bottom of the target area, then that velocity is going to be too high. So like if the bottom of the target area is 20 below me, then if I shoot it at like 30, y velocity 30, then when it comes back past me at 0, it'll have y velocity 30 in the other direction. It'll go too far. So that allowed me to cap the y velocities I needed to look at and just create the probes and just for each one test if it enters the area or not. And then I got lucky because in part 2 they basically said how many probes are there that go into the area. I'd already computed that, so part 2 took like a second. So hopefully today is better because yesterday was not good. But we'll see. You descend into the ocean trying to rescue some snailfish. They say they saw the sleekies. Leave and tell you which direction if you help them with math homework. Snailfish numbers are like regular math numbers. Said every snailfish number is a pair. Each element of the pair can be either a regular number or another pair. Pairs are written as x, y, or x and y, the elements within the pair. Here's some example snailfish numbers. One snailfish number per line. Okay, the snailfish homework is about addition. To add two snailfish numbers, form a pair from the left and right parameters of the addition operator. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 becomes that. There's only one problem. Snailfish numbers must always be reduced. In the process of adding can result in snailfish numbers that need to be reduced. To reduce a snailfish number, you must repeatedly do the first action in the list that applies to the snailfish number. If any pair is nested inside 4 pairs, the leftmost such pair explodes. If any regular number is 10 or greater, the leftmost such regular number splits. Once no action in the above list applies, snailfish number is reduced. During reduction, at most one action applies, after which the process returns to the top of the list of actions. For example, if split produces a pair that meets the explode criteria, that pair explodes before other splits occur. To explode a pair, the pair's left value is added to the first regular number to the left of the exploding pair, if any, and the pair's added to the first regular number, the pair's right value is added to the first regular number to the right of the exploding pair, if any. Exploding pairs will always consist of 2 regular numbers. Then the entire exploding pair is replaced with the regular number 0. Here are some examples of a single explode action. Okay, so 9, 8 is 4 deep, becomes 0, 9. The 9 is a regular number stuff, so it's not added to a regular number. This becomes 7, 0. The 2 is no regular number to its right, and so is not added to any regular number. This becomes 3. This becomes... To split a regular number, replace it with a pair. The left element should be the regular number divided by 2 rounded down, while the right element of the pair should be the regular number divided by 2 and rounded up. For example, 10 becomes 5, 5, 11 becomes 5, 6, 12 becomes 6, 6, and so on. Here's the process of finding the reduced results of this. After addition, I add another pair. After explode, after explode, after explode, after split, after split, after explode. Adding up the social isolated, add the second, add the result in the third, and so on. For example, the final sum. This list is 1, 1, 2. Sum of this list is that. Check whether its readiness for snailfish teacher only checks the magnitude of the final sum. Okay, so let's think about how we want to represent this, right? Because in some sense, this is like think of it as like a binary tree, right? Um, where um, here root has 1 and 2, here root has pair 1 and 2 and 3, here root has 9 and then pair, um, and so on. And so the question is if I want to deal with it that way, or if I want to just treat it as a, if I just want to traverse it. Um, um, So let's think about if I represented it as a tree. If any pair is nested inside 4 pairs, so that means that if there's anything that's 4 deep or not, then the leftmost such pair explodes. And the way I explode it is, so it is not added to any regular number. Just trying to think about okay, I'm starting to think of like a dangerous way to do this, which is if I find I'm trying to think of if I want to use these as strings. That would probably be bad, but um, float a pair of the pairs left value is add the first regular number to the left of the exploding pair, if any, and the pair's right value is added to the first regular number to the right of the exploding pair, if any. Exploding pairs will always consist then the entire exploding pair is replaced with the regular number 0. Okay, so I am going to represent this as trees. So from data class, I'm going to try it anyway. And I am in the wrong file. So let's try it. Anyway, let's see if this works. No, so I'm going to call it a node, or pair, I'll call it a node. Left is an optional node. Right is an optional node. It's none. And value is an optional int equals none. And property def is pair self depth int equals 0 and parent optional node equals none. Okay. And so that's probably more information than I need. Um, self left and self right. Good. And finally, static method, def parse raw string goes to node. And let me just get one of these. And let me get one like this. That'll be easiest. Import JSON. And so let's say array equals JSON.loads raw. Actually, let me do this. Parse array, which is a list, is a union of a list and an int. Let's see. This could be another one where I end up giving up because it's going to be a little bit of a pain. But okay, if parent, which is a node, if is instance array comma int, return node value equals array parent equals parent, depth equals parent dot depth plus 1. Otherwise, it's a pair, right? Okay. Depth equals parent dot depth plus 1 if parent, else 0. Okay, so now print node.parse of so let's see what happens if I do this. Python day 18.py. So I get a node. What is this going to be? Left is a node with no children and value 9. Right is a node that's a pair whose left is, okay, so that seems right. And now what I need to do, and this is like the worst interview question that I hate so much, which is find previous value node, self goes to optional node. So I need to, because I'm going to need to do this and let's do this. We need to know what side it's on, I think. Um, line 33. All right, so I started writing something. Okay. Um, Actually, find previous value node, starting with a node, and goes to optional node. If node.depth equals 0, return none. If node.side otherwise parent equals node.parents. If node.side equals right, actually, you know what? I'm going to do it differently. Def traverse node goes to an iterator of nodes. This will be easier, I think, rather than trying to fool. Def surrounding value nodes. Let's say node. I'm getting very fast and loose with the types here. But I don't want to put optionals everywhere. That kind of sucks. Okay. And def root self goes to a node. Let's see. Can you write this? Node equals self, while node.parents, node equals node.parents, return node. Okay, so I can get the roots. Okay, surrounding value nodes, and let's say prev equals none, next equals none. Okay. So for n in traverse, um, and target seen equals false. If n dot is value, if target seen prev equals n, no, um, um, if n equals node, target seen equals true. If n is value and not target seen, so we're before it, I'm still going to say prev equals n. And otherwise, if n is value, so n is a value and I've seen the target, next equals n, and then I want to break, and then I want to return prev comma next. Okay. And what's it complaining about? Yeah, I get it. Might be none. Okay. So now, repeatedly do the first action. If any pair is nested inside 4 pairs, and so so it's assert that node dot is pair. Assert node dot left dot is value. Assert node dot right dot is value. This is killing me. Is not a known value of okay, so now I have duplicate asserts, but that's fine. If prev this plus equals node dot left dot value, if next dot value equals node dot right dot value, node dot value equals 0, node dot left equals none, and node dot right equals none. Okay. So I think that's how exploding works. If any regular number is 10 or greater, the leftmost such regular number splits. Pairs left values out of first regular value, for right values out of splitting pairs left two regular numbers. Okay. So let me let's try this. Let's say raw equals that. Node equals, I'm just not going to bother with raw. I'm just going to say this. And to explode equals node dot left dot left dot left dot left. Okay. Yeah, boy, this is where I hate Python. Like I really hate Python because of this kind of shit. If it had a real like algebraic data type, then it would be better. And then explode to explode, and then print node. So let's run this and see what happens. Okay, so I get a 0, and then a 1, and then a, let's see, so left, 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 left 0, right 1. Is that right? No, because it should be 9. And the pair's left value is added to the, then the entire exploding pair is replaced with the regular number 0. Okay, so print prev, print next. Okay, so let's check this and see if these are right. Okay, well those are definitely not right. So oh, that is okay. It's because it's showing all the parents and everything. Print prev.value and next.value. Prev 9 and next 8. The 9 has no regular number to its left. So I think I messed this up, and what I want to do is I think that's the wrong thing for target scene. So but no, traversing, I should get that one. Previous 9, next 8. So the previous 9 is correct. The next 8 is wrong because the first regular number to the right of the first regular, no. First regular number to its left. So if I'm to your left, I'm going to have to be higher than you. So nope, that's still wrong. So let me think about this again once more. How long have I been doing this for? 30 minutes. All right, we'll give it a little bit more. The 9 has no regular number to its left. And so it is not added to any regular number. So to its left will have to be at a higher depth, and to its right will have to be at a higher depth too. So let me try this. If n is value and not target scene and n dot depth is less than node dot depth, L of n is value, and n dot depth is less than node dot depth. Okay, so that might do it. Let me try it now. None type. Okay, so now I have previous none next to. So previous none is good. Next to is not good because the next should be 1. And so for n, print n dot depth, node dot depth, node dot value. No, n dot value. Okay, so let's see how this works if I do it. Okay, so at depth 5 I get 9, at depth 4 I get none, depth 5 I get 8, depth 3, and depth 4 I get, oh I see, that's at 4 but it's at a different 4. So I need to make this more subtle. Less than or equal to node dot depth, less than or equal to node dot depth. I think that should be okay. Prev none next 1. Okay, so I may have just, this may be too hacky, but we'll see. So let's try this again. And now I get 0 and 9. And let's see what this should be. Should be this. Yes, that's not going to work. Anyway, let's just roll with it for now. To split a regular number, replace it with a pair. The left element of the pair should be the regular number divided by 2 and rounded down, while the right element pair should be the regular number divided by 2 and rounded up. For instance, 10, 11 becomes 5, 6, 12 becomes 6, 6. And single explode. Or sorry, what is it called? to split a regular number. So def split node, which is a node, and I need to assert that node is value, and let's say value equals node.value, and so if value mod 2 equals 0, so it's even, LR equals, yep, else, let's see if that's right, divided by 2 rounded down. So that does seem right, except it went away. And it's complaining because value could be none. There you go. Yep. Yep. And one thing I didn't do to explode is node.left.parent equals none, and node, or let me do that as well. That way these things can get garbage collected. Not that it really matters, but all right. So that's split, and it just replaces it with replaces the value node with that node. That's good. And then finally, so now reduce. Root node goes to none. Keep going equals true. While keep going equals false. For node and traverse root, that's true. If node is pair and node dot any pair is nested inside 4 pairs. So so let's see. This depth 0, depth 1, depth 2, depth 3, depth node is pair and node dot depth bigger than or equal to 4. Explode node, keep going equals true, break. L if node is value and node dot value is what was what's the rule for splits? Any regular number is 10 or greater, the leftmost of such regular number splits. Okay. And then finally we have this summary. Magnitude is 3 times the magnitude of its left element plus 2 times the magnitude of its right element. Okay, so I'll do that here. I don't have enough unit tests, but it's hard to write unit tests for these. on, you can do it. Self is pair, return 3 times self delta 2. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't write it like this. I would write else return self dot value, but that's still pretty good. Yeah. These freaking optionals are killing me. Okay. 1137. Let's try this. Assert that node dot parse of that dot magnitude equals 1. Is it 1137 or 1337? I wasn't even making a leap to it. 1137. Okay, so let's do this. That passed. Okay, so if nothing else, the magnitude is correct. And def do homework. And so wait, no, that's not right. Now I need to add node oh for n in traverse root and dot depth plus equals 1 and root dot depth equals 0. So that's hacking a bit. Basically, once I push everything down, I need to increase its depth, right? And then return root. Let me make sure I understand this. Okay, so let's try it. So prev equals add and reduce. Yep. For node in nodes to that, prev equals add and reduce. And return prev dot magnitude. Okay. What a mess. Def do homework from raw, which is a string, it goes to an int, and let's say lines equals raw dot split lines, nodes equals that, and return do homework nodes. Okay, and so I'm not brave enough to assert. Let's try it.